Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 125. Tonight, we're talking about the best game released in 2005 and 2006, plus what the next 99 game will be, what games should we get from the dying eShop, and our predictions for Nintendo things in 2023. We're talking all of that and more. Well, greetings, fellow Nintendo Pals. My name is Andross, and I'm one of the hosts on the Nintendo Pals podcast, the show all about Nintendo and friendship. I'm just one of the hosts. There's two. The other one's Micah.
Yep.
Micah, I already asked you this tonight because we're recording these back to back, but I'll ask again. How the heck are ya?
Doing pretty good.
That's great. Great to hear. Well, I don't really have much to talk about here. Let's just, I think we jump right on into some housekeepery items. 5-star reviews. Micah, did you know that each and every week, each and every episode of this show, we have a goal? The goal is to try to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts. And we do that through 5-star reviews. So many of you listening out there have not yet left us a 5-star review. And so many of you have, but haven't done it on all the platforms. So let me remind you once again, you can leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, and Audible. If you do, we give you a shout out at the start of the episode, like the five new 5-star reviews that we got on Spotify this week. That's right, 5 new. They're anonymous, so we can't thank you specifically, but you know who you are, and you are awesome. Thanks for doing that. Spotify is now catching back up to overtaking Apple in reviews, and I like to pit them against each other so that hopefully both of them grow. We really do appreciate all the 5-star reviews we get. We read them all, we see them all, and we love the feedback. If you want to leave us feedback that isn't a 5-star review, you can reach out to us on Discord or on Twitter or wherever. But we only accept 5-star reviews. Don't leave anything lower than a 5. Not allowed. We don't allow it. I mean, when. Sorry to break the bad news there. Or good news? That's good news. That's good news. Whew. Now you don't have to stress it. You don't have to pick. Like, whew, thank goodness, right? Nothing to add for that?
No, I got nothing. I tried
Well,
my best.
Micah, why don't we jump into the first segment of our show? Let's talk what you making. This is a brand new segment to the show now that we're doing these 2 episodes in 1 week format. What you playing is in the first. What you making is in the second. And what you making is focusing on things that things that we are working on personally. And it could be, I mean, could be random stuff, but I think it's mostly going to be focused on Nintendo Pals, Andross 1, Micah Prime, and personal creation type stuff. So, Micah, do you have anything you want to shout out that you've been working on?
Nope.
What do you got upcoming on the streams?
That's a good question. It's a good question indeed.
Well, sounds like Micah needs some input from the community. So, what would you guys like to see Micah stream? Why aren't you streaming Gladius? That's my question.
I would if I had the setup for streaming Gladius.
What do you mean if you had the setup for streaming Gladius? Oh, you need a converter for that.
Yeah,
huh?
I don't think I can stream from my.
Yeah. That's true.
Or else I definitely would.
Dog says he wants to watch you play Pokemon.
I could probably do that.
Have you played much since we played together?
I have not yet, but I'm planning on it.
Nice.
I don't want
So
to be one of those people that just doesn't play a gift game that someone gives you.
yeah, true. True that.
No, but it is fun. I
need you to hurry up and finish
haven't
it
had
so
time
we can talk
over
about the
Gladius.
story and all the plot twists at the end.
Yeah, like when you find out that you yourself are a Pokemon. Wow, mind blowing.
Spoilers. Nice. There was something else that I wanted to ask you a bit more about that you talked with me about a bit. That you were working on, like, personal project wise. You were making a game.
Oh yeah, theoretically, it's kind of stalled a bit, but
Well, talk about it on the podcast. Let's drum up some hype for this, and also potentially motivate you to finish it.
Yeah, I
getting up there.
theoretically have made a super basic prototype for a game where it's a 2D platformer kind of puzzle thing, and you can slow time in a bubble around you and teleport within that bubble. But when you do that, it shrinks your bubble and it has to recharge. So there'll potentially be projectiles you'll want to not get hit by that you'll have to dodge, and also some platforming. Who knows? Because I haven't really done any sorts of level design.
But you have the basic mechanics in there and working. Is this like?
Yeah.
I can't remember if you told me. Is this inspired by Brandon Sanderson? Mistborn, the bubble?
Nope.
No,
Actually,
because it is different than how he does it.
yeah. I mean, it is pretty similar now that you mention it, but it's actually inspired by a Flash game I played like 15 years ago.
What's the game?
It's called Focus. I don't know if you can actually
Focus.
find it anywhere.
If anybody out there has heard of this, like, hit us up.
But it's essentially the exact same mechanic, but adding a couple slight things to it. And because that one was all like you're dodging projectiles for the most part, and I kind of want to make mine a little more of a puzzle game.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not finding it.
But who knows if this will ever get made?
Yeah, stretching the creative muscles though. So, Micah and I both know and do game design. I apply mine very differently through what I do for work, but both of us went to school for software engineering, and I'd say Micah is the better of us between the two of us at coding and that sort of stuff.
So
He's very talented.
I've gone a bit rusty.
Yeah. Let's go, programmer Pog, says Fedorable Will. Yeah. Fellow programmers unite. Well, I'll talk about what I've been making. I am currently in the middle of several projects for Andross 1. I have a leg waxing video. I should title this differently. Okay, I did a leg waxing stream where I really need to lead different. I did a Legend of Zelda stream where I was punished with leg waxing. Okay, there we go. That's how I should have started that. Instead of like, hey, I'm posting a video of leg waxing. Like, no. That was the punishment if I said a list of forbidden words. Did the whole stream. I was unsuccessful. I did not beat the game, and I went through all of the waxing strips. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience.
It sounds fantastic.
The video is turning out to be very funny. It has been edited so far by the fantastic stream manager and content manager Mugglesmoo she's done the cut down for it, and now I'm doing the final touches, which is adding music, sound effects, punch-ins, all that sort of stuff. So that one's close to being done. Also, we'll be spitting out a video for our AI invasion of Pokemon. We're on Andross 1. And I have another AI invasion planned for Mario. That one's going to have some different twists, some different twists. So I've been working on that. And then I did a whole bunch of behind the scenes type cleanup stuff this week for my stream. And I have a lot more to do on that. But yeah, and then also working on the podcast. So with the podcasts, I'm trying out a new format with thumbnails on YouTube. I'm making them like legitimate thumbnails instead of the podcast template that I've been using. Because essentially I was making a square thumbnail and then just putting it into that template. But now I'll just be taking the square thumbnail and sort of stretching it out to fit the YouTube format. And I'm very happy with how it looks so far. Just excited for where things are going on the content creation space. I have the personal goal of putting out a lot more content this year, but I'm not sure what that schedule is going to look like right now. I am not committing to anything at this very second, because I don't want to commit to something that's not really achievable. So I'm just going hard right now on lots of different behind the scenes type stuff, but I'm hoping I can produce a lot more videos and grow a lot more on YouTube. So Andross1, youtube.com/Andross1 or @Andross1. Like, help me out. Go subscribe over there and check out the videos I've done over there. Everything on there is really high quality. I have been very particular about what I upload there because I want it to be a channel that you can kind of go on and it will just feed to itself. All of these videos it's a very bingeable channel. Like, it's not 1,000 videos. Like, if you go to our Nintendo Pals channel, it's very not that long. It's podcasts, reaction videos. All of it's very time sensitive. The videos over on Andross 1, you can watch it anytime. I think they will have legs.
Yeah, and you might be a little biased saying that, but I'm not biased at all. And I also think it's very high quality and good content. So you can trust me, even if you can't trust Andross.
True. He's not biased at all. No bias. Anywho, that's what we are working on. What we're making. I'll probably have more to talk about with like content schedule in our next what you making section. But for now, just stay tuned. All right, let's head into the next segment of our show. Let's talk your questions in the community corner. All right. We have a gaggle of questions in the community corner this week. Starting with, you want to take the first one, Micah?
Yes. I forgot to move over. From Presto. If you had to get 2 people to do your podcast for you for a week, who would you choose?
I don't want to make anybody feel bad here. So I think there are a lot of competent and amazing people who can take over doing our podcast for us.
So you're planning on going the competent route. Interesting.
Oh. Do you have an answer for this?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
Not to say these people aren't competent, but
I have
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. That's who I'd want.
Yes, let's go. Okay, you took this a completely different direction than I did.
Oh, absolutely.
I love it. Yeah, I'm all for this. What would they talk about?
Yeah, they talk about Nintendo stuff.
They talk about Nintendo stuff.
They'd have the show notes, probably have no idea what they're talking about. Who knows? Maybe they're big Nintendo fans.
It'd be like when Al Pacino gave a award at the Game Awards. He couldn't read the teleprompter. That's pretty funny. What a weird time. I was going for a much more serious. I mean, Micah's answer is very serious, but I was going for a much more realistic, because I don't think we can. I don't personally know Arnold or Sylvester.
You just don't have the same connections that I do.
Right. So I was going with my connections, which are a little simpler, a little closer knit here. I have 3 sets of options here. The first one, the first two that came to mind are Seth, our buddy from All N Nintendo Podcast, and Tim, the Nintendo dad. We have had them on as a duo on this show before, and I think that they would be a great podcast duo. But that doesn't really like. Okay, where am I with this? I want both of us to come up with a pick after I give my answer that fits like who would be each of us, because I don't think Seth or Tim really match either of us, but they bring a dynamic that kind of is similar, I guess. I don't know. There's no Micah in that duo though. You know what I'm saying? There's no
I am a very unique individual.
Yeah, there's no replacing Micah. Next pick, I think it's got to be Monkey Thunder and Mute Dog in the community, because having both of them in as a duo, I think would be very funny, and I think that would have the Micah Andross energy, the friendly rivalry. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. And then my last two picks, I'm gonna pair Solo Something and Eli Oso, who I think would make a fun duo. Oso and Solo are longtime community members. We are real life friends with Oso, like met in person. I could be real life friends with all these people, but like we went to college with Oso, and know he's very knowledgeable, and I feel like Solo brings like so much. I wanted to say like, oh, he brings like just a ton of experience gaming because he's been gaming for years and years, but he's also like way more into RPGs. So I feel like that would be a really fun show. So I'm not making a good Nintendo pal duo with any of these. I'm making a good news show. Like, yeah, here's a new Nintendo podcast with a new duo. But Micah, who could we really get to like replace you / replace me? Is there somebody
the perfect answer for myself right here?
Okay.
This roll of toilet paper.
Why? What?
I think personality-wise, we are very similar.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Who do you think would do a good job replacing us as ourselves?
I think third strongest mole is the best like pseudo Micah that I can think of. He's laid back, chill. He has a huge affinity for very specific games.
The greats, you mean?
The greats. I don't think he's as aggressive as you. But maybe that's just because I don't know him.
To learn.
I don't know him as yeah. But so who would you get to replace the spastic Andross, Mike?
That's a very good question that you have posed at this point in time. Who would I get to replace you?
Long drink of water. I can't think. I feel like I feel like I'm very replaceable. Like literally anybody could come in and do
I think
as
you
good
are
or better.
Also a very unique individual. Yeah, I went through all those like strategies for giving yourself more time to think by repeating the question and then also drinking water. But I was too focused on repeating the question to think about an answer.
Yeah,
it didn't really work out for me there.
I don't know.
Mute Dog suggests Sean Capri.
Sean Capri. He's high energy, dad energy. We're basically twins, me and Sean.
You just got to get that
separated by birth and about 15 years or something. So Sean's not that much older than me, but he is older than me. Yeah, that's a good answer. I think that would make sense.
Took the
But
words
I
right
mean,
out of my mouth.
but here's the problem: is Sean is not a Nintendo only. I think that makes us vastly different people.
But he could learn.
He could learn. We could take away his Xbox. We could take away his PlayStation. And what do you have? Andross. Boom. And add several more children. Well, he has two. One more child.
One more child.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect plan. Hit us up, Sean. And third strongest mole. And then all the rest of the duos that we talked about, you guys should just start your own shows. You don't need a platform already. You can do that. Anyways, like half of the people aren't already in duos and groups doing shows somewhere. Oh. Purple Riolu also said, "Hey, Gamer Girl podcast anytime could come on, take over off the wall." We got a lot of buddies in the podcast space. You know who might be a good do a replacement for me is like John Ebo. I don't have quite as spicy takes as John Ebo, but I think
you could learn.
I think he's got the I think he packs that Andross energy into what he does. Anyway, let's move on. Next question.
Yeah, what was like half paying attention because I forgot this question was coming up.
What was the best game that came out in 2005?
Obviously, Snood 2 on vacation. What even is that, Snood? And how did it get a second one?
This is going to be a tough year for me, man. This is a DS. We're in DS territory. You're not going to say Metroid Prime Pinball?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
What?
But if I played it, I probably would.
No, you should say Star Fox Assault, right? Like that
one is pretty good.
Need for Speed Most Wanted. Didn't you have that?
Oh yeah, I do have that. It's fantastic.
Okay.
My nieces also enjoy that game.
I am going to go with Mario Kart DS. Kind of a wild pick here, but the reason this game stands out to me. Actually, let me make sure.
Don't forget, there's Spartan Total War came out this year. I believe this game came out. LPD is planning on playing that.
Mario Kart DS was an amazing standalone game, but the multiplayer experience was very cool. Everybody I knew had a DS, and DS download play, Mario Kart DS is like the poster child for that. Because you could do DS download play, one copy of the game, 8 people could play in a race together. And I think that's the introduction of Shy Guy as a playable character. And that was only for the people playing on download play. They got a standard cart. They didn't get to customize their cart. So it was like encouraging, hey, buy the game and you'll get to have the different characters and different cart customizations. You could
Except for all the Shy Guy fans.
Okay, you could draw your logo. Like it gave you the option to draw, and that would be what was on your cart, like on the fronts of your cars.
That's actually really cool, and I didn't know about that. But also dangerous for playing online.
Yeah.
Probably why they haven't done it since.
Yeah, and then in addition to that, there was story mission modes. Like they weren't really story, but it was like mission modes, and you had boss fights. You fought like King Babam. It was kind of like the battles and levels in Diddy Kong Racing. So I just think this was an excellent game all around. That's my pick. What's your pick? You said a lot of games. Oh, I honorable mention Animal Crossing Wild World. First Animal Crossing game, really fun.
Well, I got picks for sure.
Okay.
More than one, some might say.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think I
2006.
can
Oh
narrow this
no.
down.
2006 is rough, Micah.
Am I gonna have lots of picks then too?
I don't know. Yes. No. Maybe so.
I lost.
This
I
is this
forgot
is
what
my
honorable
GameCube year,
mention
man.
was.
This is my Micah year. I'm gonna have like 10 games in 2006.
Wow, you can't have 10 games. That's against the rules.
I'll have one. I'm not gonna be a coward like some of us.
Hey, I just don't like to disrespect the greats. I had an honorable mention and I forgot what it was. I can't find it again. So I'll just move on to my other honorable mentions. I mean, this one's kind of the winner, but I can't because it's a cheat.
Okay.
So it'll be an honorable mention. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker plus Metroid Prime combo pack, which was apparently a thing.
I mean that has to be what you pick though, right? Like that
Yeah.
that's
but
the
those
actual
games already
pick.
came out, so
Yeah.
I already picked those games. So that I feel like it's not a new game, so it doesn't really count.
On your
But
top
I had to
10,
mention it.
it's 0. It's above the top 10.
Other than that, there are a couple great brain fire, 007 games. Yeesh. They got From Russia with Love and GoldenEye Rogue Agent. So both those were a lot of fun. The From Russia was From Love had a good campaign, but the GoldenEye Rogue Agent multiplayer was pretty decent. And my pick. Oh yeah, my last honorable mention was Need for Speed Most Wanted. That's what it was. But I do, like you said, have to go with Star Fox Assault. Wait, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I think I had Need for Speed Most Wanted 2 or something like that.
Nice. All great games. Great picks. Next question.
From Purple Riolu. What in the world is this?
Yep. Yep. This was a
Is
week. Okay.
This seems like it's against the rules.
Yeah. What was the best game that came out in 2006? I will allow it this week that we can have this question twice because we skipped last week's community corner. Presto asked this twice and then retracted his question because I was like, we haven't actually got to 2005 yet. And then Purple Riolu came in and said, well, no, I want to know what was the best game that came out in 2006. So there you go. There you have it.
I was
Thank
wondering
you.
why you're looking ahead already. Usually I look at these notes beforehand, but I did not today.
Maya, this was a rough year. So first off, Odama came out this year. Right?
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Odama.
I mean, it's got to be Twilight Princess, right? You can't be putting anything above that.
Micah, what about Wii Sports? What about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl?
You're not putting those above Twilight Princess, and we both know it.
What about New Super Mario Bros? For the DS, I put so much time into that game for the same reason that I did with Mario Kart 8. The multiplayer is super fun. It's super fun. Brain Age, honorable mention. That's not getting it. That's
right.
not up.
I was like, no offense to those games, but I knew you weren't putting that up there with Twilight Princess. What you say is arguably the best Zelda game besides Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think just in terms of sheer effect and impact on me as a person, or like the and as a gamer, it's Twilight Princess. But Wii Sports is quite honestly very, very close second. Very close second. And it's not because, I'm looking at it as a game. I'm looking at it as a phenomena. Phenomena? Is that how you say that? This brought my family together. This did what the commercials all showed, like, let's start gaming together again. This Wii bowling nights were a regular thing with my parents and siblings. working together to play through all of the sports and just getting all the challenges and doing those things, super duper fun. But I think Twilight Princess, just the impact it had on me as a teenager and what video games could be, and like thinking like, man, this is so like it just sucked me in. It was so immersive and just a really really cool experience. So I think I got to go Twilight Princess. But when we get to Wii Sports Resort, I'm picking that. I don't care what else came out that year. I'm gonna regret saying that, but that's what I got to pick.
What if Nintendo Land came out that year?
It didn't. Impossible.
But what if it did?
I'll cry. So yeah, Pokemon Diamond, honorable mention to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which I think is third for me. I don't know. New Super Mario Bros. Is up there as well. It's games. It's so interesting to pit these games against each other that are like these amazing single player experiences, and then these really fun multiplayer and get the family back into gaming kind of experiences. This was like prime time for gaming for me. I really loved this era of gaming. I had a DS Lite, a Wii, and
it was your GameCube.
It was yeah, we're back. Well, I'd say Super Nintendo is kind of more my GameCube, but well, no, you're right. Wii was my GameCube.
Does it count that Echo the Dolphin came out on Virtual Console?
Did you play it on Virtual Console?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Then I don't think it should count. What was the best game that came out in 2006, Micah?
Let's see. I mean, Twilight Princess is pretty alright, I guess. I really need to remember to click on these things. I had a game somewhere, and I've since lost it. Oh, did you know there's a Clubhouse Games that came out?
Yep.
42
Clubhouse
all-time classics.
Yep, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics is a sequel.
And can you believe that Naruto Clash of Ninja and Naruto Clash of Ninja 2 came out in the same year?
What? No, I can't. But
how wild is that? I just happened to notice that while scrolling through. Who does that? How do you do that? What is even different about these games?
I mean, you copy paste and change minor things reskin wise. That happened a lot on the Wii.
I think that's GameCube.
Oh,
wait, that's DS. Where am I looking? I think it was GameCube. Oh, Harvest Moon Magical Melody, honorable mention. A classic.
What are you picking as your number one?
Okay, yeah, I definitely got to go with the Twilight Princess.
Okay, yeah, all the preamble.
There weren't actually that many fantastic games.
There wasn't that many fantastic games. That's not that good of a game.
Was
as if you didn't love it. You're such a punk, man.
Hey, it's pretty good. It's no Wind Waker, but it's pretty good.
It is pretty good. At the time, it was incredible. I think it maybe hasn't aged as good, but I don't know. I haven't gone back to it, you know? But I remember at the time, it was like, this is incredible. Let's go.
It's so dark. All these colors are brown and gray.
It's so serious.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. That was cool. It was cool.
All the colors are faded.
Thank you so much for the question, Purple Riolu, and by extension, Presto. Let's stick to 1 year per episode. We can't handle two, obviously. All right. Next question comes from. I didn't write down who this one came from. This is from I Can't See. How would you feel if the next 99 game is Gnat Attack 99? I see Micah Googling it to the side. I know what Gnat Attack is.
Okay, so it's the Mario Paint thing.
Yeah, buddy. Heck yeah. It's Mario Paint. It's the mini game in Mario Paint where you are a fly swatter and you click around the screen. And I'd be all for this.
I thought those were just flies. Or else you should be using a gnat swatter.
Yeah. Gnats.
Which have smaller holes.
And sometimes
they're so small.
Sometimes there's bees. Those little like there is like the colorful fly things and then bomb bugs. that make really cool sound effects. And then the giant beehive bug monster at the end. That's great.
Pretty big from this image. What is
Yeah.
happening?
And he sends gnats out to attack you. This would actually be a really fun 99 game. I'm not sure exactly how it would work. You would like hit the flies and that would send them to other people's boards. Could be cool.
I could see that.
I don't think 99. I think that would need to be like 25. It would be too many. Maybe not.
Nah, you got to go big. 1,000.
Maybe it's like Tetris. You know, you can target other players. That'd be cool. That would be cool. I like it.
I played that, but it sounds pretty cool, I guess.
I think you would like it. You have to play it with the mouse, right? So I don't know how well that would translate to Joy-Con. Maybe it'd be a touchscreen.
Yeah, probably better handheld.
Yeah. All right. Last question here comes from Mute Dog. You want to ask that one?
Yep. With the Nintendo eShop closure imminent, what games are you planning to get or games that you would recommend to pick up before the eShop closes forever?
We have answered this before. I know we have. But what were our answers? Who knows? I don't remember that. I'll give my answers now.
Probably.
I'll give my answers now. Pocket Card Jockey. Sleeper hit. I have not yet picked this one up, and I need to. But I have heard so many great things about it. We didn't talk about this in our last episode with the new segment, but it's getting a sequel coming to Apple Arcade, of all places. Exclusive to Apple Arcade. A Game Freak game exclusive to Apple. What? What's going on? Anyways, Pocket Card Jockey. But ones I have played that I gotta recommend. Photo Dojo. You gotta get Photo Dojo on your 3DS. That's not going to be playable ever again anywhere else. That's completely stranded because it is super hardware reliant and needs. Yeah, you gotta have it. What do you got, Micah?
I got nothing. I don't know what games are on the Wii U, but if Golden Sun is, you should pick those up.
I think they are under Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Wii U, I think mostly what I'd recommend is just Virtual Console stuff. If you want, I think that this game's worth getting. Maybe not for everybody, but it's Wii Party U, and that is cheapest through the Nintendo eShop. Getting copies of that game now are crazy expensive. They're over $100 per. Yeah, I guess there just wasn't that many sold, but you can get the digital version for full regular price. And that is what I ended up doing so that we could give it a shot. I really like Wii Party on the original Wii, so I wanted to try this. I think that this one has some interesting choices that they made with it that I think hold it back, but at the same time, some really cool ideas, and it's really fun. I can't as quickly recommend it as Wii Party, but I think if you're a Wii U fan, all 10 of you, you gotta get it. Virtual Console,
NES Remix 1 and 2.
Yeah, NES Remix. That's a good. Those are good picks. I hate to say it, but Wind Waker HD on Wii U.
Why do you hate to say that, huh?
Because it should be on Switch.
Is it because it took me like 20 years to convince you to play the game?
No, you gotta hear me out. Because it should be on Switch. I hate to say that you gotta go get this on Wii U because that's the cheapest and best place to play it right now.
Oh, and don't forget Star Fox Guard.
Yep. Yeah, good picks.
It's a pretty fun little mini game.
Good pick.
You can only do that on the Wii U, as far as I know.
I think that's a pretty good synopsis. I want to recommend Metal Gear Solid 3D. I don't know if that's available through the eShop, though. You can get the demo through the eShop. And that one, it's just so crazy. There's a Metal Gear Solid game on the 3DS. And it's the original game with 3D. You could take pictures and change Snake's camo to match your pictures. That was the 3DS exclusive feature.
Eh,
Pretty cool. Pretty
And
cool.
I bet you made some really great camo that fit in so well
Yeah.
using that feature.
Oh, yeah. For sure. For sure. And besides that, Face Raiders is another one that I think is pretty fun. Photo focused game. But Photo Dojo is like my top recommendation. There you go. Go get them before it's too late. The eShop is on life support and it's about to get the plug pulled. So go get it. Go get the games. All right, Micah. With that, I think it's time we move on to the PAL topic. In today's PAL topic, we are going to be going over our predictions for 2023. We'll be revisiting these at the start of next year. And we'll see who scores better, and whoever does is the winner. Pretty simple. Each of us has come up with 10. I've come up with 10. Micah has come up with 8, and he's going to come up with 2 more on the fly. Keep scoring simple here.
Good old counter picks. That's my plan.
All right. So I guess maybe I should go first then?
Probably a good idea. Trying to find my notes. Where did I put these?
Okay. These aren't in order of like importance. This is just a list of 10. I predict that the Mario Bros. Movie will become the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
I guess I should start with my pick, which I didn't just make up right now. I chose it about an hour and a half ago. The Mario movie will not be the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
What? Wait, why do you not think so? We've talked about this.
There are so many animated movies.
Okay. Did you
That's all I
see?
got.
Okay, look at the animated movies. Top.
The list
10.
is interesting.
Okay, what do you got in the top 10?
The Lion King remastered or something.
Okay, yeah.
Frozen 2. and
That
then
needs to be
Frozen
dethroned.
1.
First off, the Lion King needs to be dethroned. For
Lion
sure.
King's a fantastic movie.
Not the remake. You liked the remake?
Which remake are we talking about here?
We're talking about the live action Lion King.
That's not animated.
I know that is the one that it's talking about. I'm not talking about the original. I agree. If the original was number 1, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. But no.
The image it showed was definitely not of the new one. I just assumed there was some remastering they did to the animation, and it was that version.
Nope. They are talking about the new Lion King movie.
Well, for the case of these predictions, it counts as an animated movie.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Anyway, so it's Frozen 2. Keep going. I need you to keep going to prove my point.
Frozen 2, Frozen 1, something, and then I'm pretty sure it's Minions.
Boom.
Where's this list? Oh man, I'm incredible. Speaking of me being incredible, Incredibles 2 is at 4. Toy Stories 4 and 3. Zootopia, Despicable Me 3. Finding Dory, Despicable Me 2. There it is. The Lion King original.
That's not number 1.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. So you, out of what you listed there, 3 of those movies are by Illumination. In the top 10.
True.
You pair a top animation studio that has made movies in the top 10 with new IP and then the existing IP off their new IP. You pair that with the most recognizable character in the world, the biggest name in video games. I think this is a recipe for top grossing movie of all time.
But
I think so.
Video game movies just don't do that good.
But this is different.
Does the Pokemon movie count as animated?
Mario movie?
The Pokemon movie count as animated?
No.
It's got some animated aspects to it.
Yeah, no. The thing about The Lion King is it's completely animated. That's why it counts.
Theoretically.
Yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. I agree. It shouldn't. Frozen 2 should be on top. I'm I'm upset.
They should just put the original Lion King on top where it
Well, our
deserves
first
to be.
prediction is the movie will be highest grossing. First one's a counter pick. Second prediction from me: Wind Waker and or Twilight Princess HD ports will release in 2023.
Hmm.
I think this is an end of year kind of thing. After Tears of the Kingdom, a holiday hurrah.
I wasn't planning on using up my counter picks so fast here, but I don't think that's going to happen.
All right.
It's been too long.
Fair. You don't think they're coming, period?
I don't think they're coming, period.
That I'd say that is I mean,
It seems weird, but it feels like they should have come out a long time ago if they were going to come out before
True.
Skyward Sword.
it just needs to come. They just need to come. My next pick. My next prediction. Wait, okay, so I want to explain how the points are going to work for this. I think we should be able to score a point if we're right?
Mhm.
No points if it's wrong. But we should be able to justify for half points. So I think if like Wind Waker and or Twilight Princess HD ports get announced but aren't releasing this year, that would probably be like half point.
I think that might be like negative points. I mean, it'd be a half point for both of us, right? So just
No. It'd be a half point for me.
Oh, you think?
And it would be a
wouldn't
full
be
point.
coming out.
It would be a full point for
I see
you.
what you're saying. Yeah, I can probably respect that unless unless our competition comes down to half a point, then I'm going to argue very strongly against that.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Obviously, my predictions are going to be so good that we don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay. My next prediction is that Pokemon will release DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in 2023.
I could see that happening. I think there's going to be no new Switch coming out this year.
I have the same prediction.
Wow, stealing my picks.
I'll move that up. Yeah, I have Nintendo.
I knew you were going to have that one, so I figured I better get out of the way first.
Yeah, well, we can both have the same prediction.
Yeah.
Sure. Same team.
But now it seems like you're copying me.
Nintendo will not announce. I specifically wrote down Nintendo will not announce or release a new system. They won't even announce it.
Okay, I considered adding that in as well, but then I decided, why get super specific when I don't have to?
Yeah, smart play. But I then went super specific to hopefully my advantage. This doesn't include hardware revisions like a new Switch Lite OLED.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm talking
I didn't specify that, but that's what I was
I'm talking
meaning,
like the next system, like the next thing after the Switch 2, not the Switch Pro, which I assume would just be the Switch. So, yeah. All right. What's your next one? Since I just went through that one for me as well.
We will not be getting a Mario Kart 9 this year.
That's such a garbage prediction. Of course we're not getting a Mario Kart 9.
It's like I still see people being like, we're gonna get Mario Kart 9 this year. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They still have the booster pack for Mario Kart 8 coming out until the end of this year.
All right. Well, I'll let you have a free point, I guess. Yeah, it's not coming out. Definitely not. My next prediction is that Vampire Survivor will come to Switch this year.
Oh. It would be a fitting game for Switch, I think.
Yeah. Came to mobile recently, so I feel like come on over.
Yeah, like if anything, it almost seems like it would originally be a mobile kind of game.
Mhm.
But it's still pretty fun. I do own it, and I have played it a bit.
How did you get it?
It was a Christmas present.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. I feel like this isn't actually a good pick, potentially. But I think a new Mario game will be announced. And I'm going to leave that super open-ended and include sports games.
Oh,
Wasn't my original plan.
Nice,
to
yeah.
that, but
Okay.
Being as broad as possible when I say a Mario game.
My next pick, I think that's a good pick. My next is that Stray will come to Switch. I feel like it's not that intensive of a game graphically or
Is that
complexity wise.
exclusive to PlayStation right now? Or is that
I think it's
all
on.
but Switch? Because for some reason I was thinking they had some sort of exclusive deal, but I don't think I've heard that anywhere. I feel like I might have just made that up.
It's on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Windows.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not on Xbox,
But it is on Microsoft.
but it is on
Windows.
Microsoft. Yeah.
So
I think so. I think
interesting.
this is going to get ports coming over to other systems. It
Yeah.
did so well. They're just gonna. I mean, those kinds of ports will make them money.
Yeah. Okay, back to me, right?
Yes. Back
I
to
think
Micah.
Tears of the Kingdom DLC will be announced.
Did I have that on here? I thought about adding that, but I didn't. All right. I think that's a pretty safe pick. There's been DLC for both Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild had 2 major DLC updates, and Hyrule Warriors got a bunch of DLC. So I just feel like they've set the precedence that they're gonna do DLC for this as
I
well.
think 6 months is at least enough time to announce that
Yeah.
something's coming out. But then again, this was originally going to be a DLC, if I'm remembering correctly. So
Yeah,
maybe
that
they've used
expanded
up
into a full
all their
game.
DLC ideas.
Maybe. My next prediction, I'm continuing on with my this game will come to Switch. This game will come to Switch. Valheim
Valheim?
will come to Switch. That's my prediction. This isn't so much a prediction as I want to will this into existence. Yeah, I think it'd be a great fit for the system.
Okay.
Valheim's getting a full release this year, and so maybe
it's
we'll
finally
see.
coming out of early access.
Yeah.
It would be a pretty good time
To
for them
go
announce
all
it, at
platforms.
least.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
I think Nintendo will announce a new IP.
My God, I feel like you're granny shotting these at this point.
Oh.
Like this. What do you? Of course, they're probably going to announce a new IP.
Are they though? Are they really though? When was the last time they announced like a new legit IP?
I guess Arms.
I mean, that was like 7 years ago.
Then after that was that one game by Platinum where you play as police.
Bayonetta.
No,
Maybe I'll
what is-
recognize the name, but I have
know.
absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Astral Chain.
Oh yeah. That's been so long.
Yeah, I guess it has been a while. So
I feel like
this could
it
be a
seems
very
like
safe.
It's been a while, but it feels like it's about time.
Yeah, this could be a very safe pick, or it could be a very like.
Or they'll come up with like a new kind of snipper clips kind of game, and I'm going to count that, or at least argue for it.
It has to be Nintendo developed or like Nintendo pushed, right? Like you're not going to be like, oh yeah, this is coming. It's new IP developed by
Valheim's coming to Switch.
Ubisoft.
That's a new IP.
Yeah, it has to be like Nintendo or like Nintendo partner developed. Right? That's what we're going to go for.
I'm going to leave this as open-ended as I possibly can.
This is a half point in the making if I ever heard one. Well, I'm going to be very specific here. Actually, this is sort of vague. Kid Icarus Uprising will come to Switch. And here's the thing. It could be just another game in the series, or a port of the 3DS game. So I think Kid Icarus Uprising will be coming in 2023. Another will into existence, please.
Um, I think F-Zero fans will be sad.
Wait, that's not a prediction. That's just a fact. That's just stating
Hey,
facts.
unless a new F-Zero game comes out, then most of them will be happy. I'm sure some of them will still
So
be sad.
your prediction is there will not be an F-Zero game.
Essentially, or if there is an F-Zero game, it's not
It's
good,
bad.
and
That's a
people don't even
this,
like it.
this should not count. This should not count as a prediction.
You just got to word these predictions better, yo.
No, that's not wording it better. That's wording it like bad. Just
It's called
bad.
strategy.
Okay. Well, my next one's kind of a big,
What number are we at?
bold prediction. I have 2 left.
Oh, so I gotta counterpick one of your last 2 then. Still,
A new Nintendo movie project will be announced for not to come, but it will be announced in 2023.
I can see that there. Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong or Zelda or Metroid. Fire Emblem, the movie. Yep.
I think we will finally hear some news about Metroid Prime 4.
You're not going to predict that it's coming in 2023.
No, but not actually part of my prediction because this might lose me points. I do believe that after they announce it, it will be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Or at least not announce it. Once they show or give us some more info about it, it will be releasing soon.
All right. Well, my last pick here is that Game Boy or Game Boy Advance will come.
Wow, that's practically level. That's half a point in the making.
Game Boy and or Game Boy
and
Advance. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. It will be coming to NSO. It's time. 2023 is the year of Game Boy Advance.
I'm gonna one up you right now. I think because I'm out of predictions and I still have one more. I think Game Boy and or Game Boy Advance and or DS games are going to be coming. So,
I thought you were gonna say Sega Game Gear or something. Like it's time for Sega Game Gear
random.
NSO. Or the Dreamcast or something like that. Yeah.
Atari, and this is just going to be E.T., the only game.
Oh yeah, let's go. These are our predictions for 2023. Let's revisit these next year.
Write these somewhere.
Yeah, you want to add yours just to the document that you stumbled across on our shared drive?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. Nintendo Pals 2023 predictions. Now, the Nintendo dads have a belt, like a championship belt that we have seen. We both saw in person when we hung out with them at Extra Life that they give to the winner. So we'll have to come up with something like that each of us gets to have if we win. Maybe like a crystal ball. Like you predicted correctly, so you get a crystal ball.
Image of a crystal ball.
Yeah.
So we don't have to pay money for shipping.
True. Oh, true.
And or buy a crystal ball. I gotta find your document again because I counterpicked one of them and I don't remember what it was.
You counterpicked the movie
Wind Waker and or Twilight and or.
Yep.
I have a couple. Pick in such a way that I think that I'll say not both of them.
I mean, that's not really a counter pick. That's just a different pick. I like this though. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited to see where things end up this year. I think that all of our predictions that we laid out are very possible. Obviously, yeah, but I think that these are pretty educated. Hopefully. I think these are pretty educated guesses. There were a couple that I disagree with you on. Obviously, the movie one, you disagree with me. I strongly believe this is going to be one of the top grossing animated movies, and I think this will be the top grossing animated movie.
Well, I think you're going to have to let go of those predictions.
Let it go.
Yeah,
predictions.
I was like, wait a second, it's let it go, but it was close enough. You understood the reference.
Yeah. I was gonna try and make some circle of life joke because that I'm out of energy, and that is the end of Nintendo Pals podcast episode 125. This was fun. Topic-based episodes. What sort of PAL topics do you want to see us do in the future? Let us know. Leave us some feedback. But Micah, where can people find you?
You can find me at Micah Prime on Twitch and YouTube, though I do not have much content there.
Yet.
Probably.
And you can find me, Andross1, on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. All those platforms. I haven't posted anything to TikTok yet. It's coming. Stay tuned. I should have teased this a little bit more in the what you making, but next time I'll talk about this. You can follow the show, Nintendo Pals. Just Google it. Just search it on your search engine of choice. Nintendo Pals will come up. We're like the top result for that. And find us on all your podcast listening apps of choice. You can find us on all the social media platforms. You can reach us through a variety of channels. So hit us up with DMs, messages, or whatever if you got feedback or things you want to do. But most importantly, leave us a 5-star review on one of the podcast listening apps that allows you to do that. That's Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, and Audible. You can also support the show more beyond the free support that you can give by checking out our Patreon over at patreon.com/NintendoPals wherefore as little as $3 a month. You can become a Patreon supporter and get access to exclusive stuff, including the bonus show, Nintendo Pals Plus, some Q&As, behind the scenes, and a shout out in the Patreon Poke Rap, which we will close out with now. We gotta rap some Patreon.
You just do the singing. I'll take care of the hard part.
Let's get it on.
We want to be the best that ever was. And shout out our pals over on Patreon.
LPD, Rizzle, Retro Project Day, Utah Gamer, Schlim, Tor, Spanish, and Solo Something, Brian, Little Miss 7, and Cosmic.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon.
K9 Katina, Third Strongest Moon, Tim the Nintendo Dad, Lance and Sturgill, Monkey Thunder, Purple Biola, Dat Fast John, and Lava Plays 2.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon. Let's get 150 or more. Your face to be a Patreon donor is your destiny.
Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next episode. Bye-bye.